What do you have to say to the people?
Oh my gosh. Don't do drugs unless they're good drugs.
Woo! All right, a word, amen. Thank you, Pastor Andrew. Let's get it. Well, I'm gonna put myself in the corner now. Y'all are gonna see, I'm gonna start a screen recording of my laptop. So, anyway, free Palestine. Freeing Palestine, freeing Congo, freeing Sudan. None of us are free until we're all free. So just know, anytime I say free Palestine, that does not just mean Palestine. You hear me? So now let's see, because do I know my Goodreads login? No. So now we're gonna talk about the Goodreads Choice Awards, which it's Friday night. I'm trying to get this up by tomorrow, Saturday, November 11th, because voting starts on Tuesday. And I made a list this week and I meant to film it and then I didn't. So we're gonna do it tonight. We're gonna go through and talk about my predictions for what's going to be nominated. And we're gonna take this all with a grain of salt because since I've been on the bookish internet, I feel like this is the most I've been out of touch with what's going on, what's been popular. I do know a few things, but not everything. So a lot of these are wild guesses, but like, why not? This apple cider margarita is actually good. Yeah, I was just looking for ingredients, so. Okay. Am I logged into Goodreads anywhere? Now, do the Goodreads Choice Awards matter that much? Not really, but it's just fun. It's that time of year. It's fun to make predictions. Some of them, like, you know are gonna win. And then other ones, other categories, it's like, I don't know. Now, what is my password? Can y'all guess? Because I don't know it. Let's see. Did I save it? Sure didn't. A purr. Okay, so the Goodreads Choice Awards, I have a note on my phone where I was writing down my suspicions. And this is not, in some of them, I may say, oh, this person's gonna win, but I am like, these are the ones I think are gonna be nominated as well. So let's look at, I'm gonna pull up the 2022 categories, right? So we could go through. Okay, so we have fiction, mystery and thriller, historical fiction, fantasy, romance, science fiction, horror, humor, nonfiction, memoir and autobiography, history and biography, graphic novels and comics, poetry, debut novel, young adult fiction, young adult fantasy, middle grade and children's. Oh look, I read the one that won last year. Interesting. Oh, and I read this. And I read this year. Anyway. So I do not vote in all of these because I never read anything in humor. Sometimes nonfiction. Last year I did read a memoir. I have read some memoirs this year. History and biography, it depends. I don't think I've read any this year. I don't read poetry. And then it depends on middle grade and children's. I really wish that they had a young adult, like they separated young adult into like contemporary. I guess, I feel like young adult fiction should not also include contemporary, romance, mystery, science fiction. Although, I don't know, do they put science fiction under fantasy? Whatever. So these are the categories of last year. I don't know if they're going to be the same this year. They need to add a fantasy romance category, but we know that there's only one employee at Goodreads, so they probably didn't have time. So any hoozle doozle. Let's go through my guesses. I don't remember how I did this last year, so we're just gonna, I don't know why I'm recording my screen. Maybe I'll just type in things for you. Okay, so for fiction, general fiction, lit fic, literary fiction, whatever you want to call it, right? My guess is the only two that I have that I think are up there, are Yellowface by Miss Rebecca F. Kuang, right? And I think this has a good chance of winning simply because of the popularity. The rating is low. I don't like that. 3.89. Y'all are incorrect. But the other one, the only other one that I have seen a lot is this one. And it has an Oprah book sticker thingy on it. So this has 78,000 ratings, a 4.5. That's a really good rating. The Covenant of Water, Oprah's book club. I know nothing about it. I don't know anyone personally who's read it, but I have seen it in various bookstores. And, oh look, I could win a giveaway. I don't want it. No idea what it's about. Let's see. A stunning and magisterial new epic of love, faith, medicine set in Kerala. Where's that? In India? 724 pages. Whoa! An epic indeed. Okay, but then I was looking through lists, but those are the only two off the top of my head I could think of. So when I was looking through, I also saw, I guess I'm just gonna type them in for you. This one, Hello Beautiful, 4.2. This one has 168,000 ratings, so more than the first two. Also an Oprah book club pick, so could be in there. Again, don't know what this is about. It says, a house silenced by tragedy where his parents could barely bear to look at him or hardly bear to look at him. That sounds terrible. And then I also saw this one. I've only read Yellowface, so like not that. What? This kept coming up. Now the ratings may be too low. I don't know. I can't remember what the cutoff is, but I have just seen it a lot. Granted, it only has 37,000 ratings, which is still a lot, but I've just seen it around a lot. And also this one, because of the author's name and that it just came out. So Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. I went to her bookstore this year in Nashville. What's it called? I already forgot, but I went there. It was real cute. So those are my guesses in the literary category. And I still think that Yellowface or the other first one, The Covenant of Water, will win. But I think these could all be nominated. Yeah, but there's probably more. And so again, if you have any guesses, put them down below and let's speculate, because your guess is as good as mine. Actually, your guess is better than mine because I don't know what'd be going on. Now, mystery thriller. Have I even read any this year? I would definitely DNF some. But I think the one that's going to win is by homeboy Riley Sager, because I heard, like, he's popular every year, but this one I heard a lot of good praise about. 119,000 ratings and a 4.16. I feel like this is one of his best. 2 people. I have not read it. I read 2 of his and I was like, you know what? Me and Riley are not for each other, and I was tempted to try this one because it's been getting so many good ratings, but I was like, nar. So this is definitely going to be on there. I would put this as the winner, but there are some other ones that I have seen oot and a boot, and so I had What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, 3.97. I think that's still high enough to make it in the running, and then it has 80,000 ratings, so that's pretty high up there. Just the Nicest Couple. I feel like I've seen this one around quite a bit, although it has 83,000 ratings. It has a 3.55, so I don't know if it's gonna make it. And then I've also seen You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. Y'all, I'm getting, that's not, but 65,000 ratings, but again, 3.36, and I don't know what the cutoff is, so maybe some of these will not be making it. I also have heard a lot about, nope, not this one. Another book, not this one. The first one was called Falling, I think, with the plane like crashing or something, which I have the audio and still haven't read. But this one may be only 25,000 ratings, but it does have a 4.2. I feel like I've seen this around a lot. So those are really my guesses, and I haven't read any of these. Oh wait, I had another one. The Maid's Diary? Yeah. If you want to know, you need to ask Mara. You need to watch Mara's video, because Mara knows. But I have seen this. 4.28, 47,000 views, so it could be in there. Now, I know that Stephen King released a book this year, but I think it might be in the fantasy genre, Or is it in horror? I don't know, but I don't think it's in thriller. But I still think that Riley Sager is probably going to win this category. So let's move on to historical fiction, which I go back and forth. Some years I'm really in my historical fiction bag. This year is not one of them. So I really didn't know what was going on. I don't think Kristen Hanna released a book, because that would be my guess. And Taylor Jenkins Reid did not release a book, because then that would be my second guess. So the other ones that I saw a good deal about, and when I say saw, it's either I've seen the image and or I saw it on a list, because again, I'm not very in tune this year, but I have seen this one in bookstores and floating around on lists. Homecoming by Kate Morton. This is set in 1959. Ooh, in South Australia. But this says murder cases. So I wonder if this will be under historical fiction or mystery. Interesting. I don't know, but 4.12, 47,000 ratings. That is, it could be in either category. I'm not sure. I've also seen Lady Tan's Circle of Women. This has 40,000 ratings, 4.38. And this is historical fiction set in China, the 15th century. For some reason, I thought there was like a book club sticker on it. Maybe not, but I have definitely seen this one around. And now this next one, I don't know if it fits into the category, but when I was looking it up, I haven't read it. I thought it was fantasy, but it says historical fiction, magical realism, fantasy. So I wonder if it'll be in the fantasy category or in historical fiction. I don't know. If you've read it, let me know. But I'll just put it here. But then also just think that it could be in fantasy. But overall, it's doing pretty great. 68,000 ratings, 4.13. I have been curious to read this one, but I've heard mixed things. And I am not a big fan of magical realism. So if you've read it, let me know if it's more heavy on just like historical fiction and there's like a dab. Is it like a dab, like Babel is a dab? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But again, I really don't know much for the historical fiction. And the last one that I have heard of, and mainly because my friend read it, is this London Seance Society by Sarah Penner, who also wrote something else. Yeah, that's really helpful, Jessica. She wrote something else and I can't remember the name of it, but I know that she wrote something else that I feel like Leanna didn't like. But it only has a 3.49, so I don't know. Again, historical fiction, I have not been in that bag this year. I need to get back to it. Okay, look. Okay, but this is young adult. But this was good. I read this one. I don't know if that'd be up there. I was gonna put this here. However, it just came out and I thought it was more horror than historical fiction. It is based on true events though, so I don't know. And then Jessamine Ward, I haven't heard. I mean, I've heard of this one, but I didn't know what category it fell into. I thought it would be more just like literary fiction. And the rest of these I have not seen at all. So maybe some of these are going to be in there. I don't have a goddamn clue. What is this, Lilith? Oh, only 522 ratings. That probably won't make it. So historical fiction, if you know any more. And I don't think they nominate young adult in any other category besides the young adult fiction and young adult fantasy category, which is just rude. But that was my pitiful guesses for historical fiction. Now here comes my bag. His face looks familiar. Is that the guy from Dark? I have to look that up. Anyway, here comes my only bag, and that is fantasy. Now, I know. So, we know that Fourth Wing is going to be nominated, right? It's got 689,000 reviews, a 4.65. That's wild. You definitely know it's going to be there. I, for one, think it's going to be the winner. Now, Iron Flame also came out this week, which is the sequel to Fourth Wing. However, I don't think it's going to stand a chance from the early reviews that I've seen. So I feel like Fourth Wing is going to take the bag. However, there are some other things that came out this year that are really popular. This here book by, 131,000 ratings does not compare to Fourth Wing, but still, that's a lot. And a 4.26. I've heard about this one a lot. Then we also have to think of Brando Sando. He did release 4 books this year, although 2 of them I'm confused because I haven't read them, if they would be in fantasy or if they would be in sci-fi. But I definitely think, because I've heard the most about, and it was the first one released. I've heard the most about and the most positive about Tress of the Emerald Sea. This was the first one that was released in January. So I definitely think this one will be nominated, and I really want to read this one soon. I haven't read any of them. I'm so ashamed. Some other ones, I know that the hellacious sequel to Ninth House also came out this year. I think, yes, it did come out this year. 87,000 ratings. I saw a lot of people who liked it. I'm not going to read it. I'm just gonna make up my own ending for Darlington, but people do love Leigh Bardugo, so that I think definitely will be up there. As much as I would want her to win, I don't think she stands a chance against Rebecca Yarros with The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, which was incredible. 4.31, it seems low to me, but whatever. Came out and was a fantastic book because Shannon does not let us down, but you know, I still think she'll make it into the nominations. Another one I think that'll make it to the nominations but won't win is Samantha Shannon, A Day of Fallen Night. 20,000 ratings. This is like, I don't remember if it's a prequel, it says number 0, or a spin-off, companion, whatever, to The Priory of the Orange Tree. Although again, I have not heard a lot of great things about it, but it has a 4.43, so maybe the people I heard from are the minority. And then I think those were the top ones that I had written down. That definitely will be nominated. Again, I know there's so many things that have come out this year, but I just can't think. 868 pages. Samantha, girl. Alex E. Harrow. Okay, so I didn't put Cassandra Clare on there just because it was a more recent release and it is her first adult debut, but she does have a strong fan base. So she may give Rebecca a run for her money. I've also been hearing good things about Two Twisted Crowns. I just don't think it would have the numbers to compete with like Cassandra Clare, Rebecca Yarros. Again, this is young adult, so it won't be in there. Jennifer, what are you doing? This looks like the same book you've been releasing for the last 4 years. I'm tired. It has 10,000 reviews though, so it could be nominated. The Hurricane Wars, I really want to read this. This just came out maybe a month or 2 ago, so I don't, it might make the initial round. Also, I feel like all of Carrie Maniscalco's books are young adult, but I wouldn't know because I haven't read them. So is this supposed to be adult? I don't know if that's gonna make it. And then I know Alex E. Harrow is a pretty popular author. 3.94, 20,000 ratings, so this one might be make it in there too, but I don't know. I really think not Iron Flame. I really think Fourth Wing's gonna take the bag. But do you think there's gonna be an upset? Please let me know. Then I have romance, which I have not read much of this year. However, what I have, so Ali Hazelwood had a book. The 2 big contenders who I think are going to be competing, Ali Hazelwood and Emily Henry. So Emily Henry came out with Happy Place, which I did not read. I've also this year realized that Emily Henry is not for me for romance. So this one has over 500,000 ratings, 540,000 as a 4.07. So I feel like she's gonna win, but still, Ali Hazelwood, what did she have? It's called Love Theoretically. So this one has, okay, a higher overall rating, but only 215,000. And I say only, that's still a lot, but you know, that's like 200,000 less than Emily Henry. So I really do think Emily Henry's gonna take the bag, but Ali might give her a run for her money. Who knows? Some other ones that I have, I will say, I don't think they ever win, but I know they'll be nominated. Christina Lauren, True Love Experiment, 4.18 and 79,000 ratings. So they'll definitely be up there. This one I'm saying just because I keep seeing this raggedy cover, it makes me think of the Waltons, but like not in a good way. Like I hate this cover so much, but I keep seeing it. It is the 3rd in a series, but it has 155,000 ratings, and I literally am it's mainly what I see on Book Talk, and I have to scroll because I'm like, what is this? I don't like it. I've also, ooh, that is not how you spell neighbor, child. I'm glad y'all can't see. I've also seen this one a decent amount. Okay, I feel like I've seen this one way more, but I guess, I don't know. It's, you know, it's under 10,000 ratings, 3.76, but I just feel like I saw it a lot. But again, when you have like a community online, and you see like people reading the same thing, it always seems like there's more than it actually is. And then I had Forget Me Not. Was that I can't remember if this is a young adult one or not. No, it says adult. Okay, Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I've definitely seen this in some bookstores and online. 19,000. Again, I don't think any of these people are competing with Emily. It's really Emily. Her biggest competitor is Ali Hazelwood. And then this one I feel like will be nominated just because for some reason people like this lady, Hello Stranger, even though I read a Catherine Center book earlier this year and DNF'd it. It wasn't this one, it was the Bodyguard one. But 47,000 reasons, she'll definitely be nominated, but Emily's taking home that bag. Let's not act surprised. Okay, and just to be transparent with you, that's where my notes stopped. The rest of the categories, and I stopped writing notes. So science fiction, I think I stopped because I was like, I have no clue what science, like adult science fiction came out this year. So we're gonna find out together. Like literally. Okay, the only thing I can think of, what's that white man's name? Pierce Brown. That came out this year. My only thing is, it's like the 6th in a series, but technically like the 3rd in the 2nd series. And so I don't know if there's like rules to that, but I know that was a pretty big release this year for science fiction. But literally, that's all I can think of. So let's see if Goodreads will help me out. Have I heard of any of these? Oh my God, no. I haven't heard of any of these. I have no idea. What science fiction? Oh, you know what? That other white man. What's that other white man's name? Christopher Paolini had a book. So that might be up there because I'm trying to think of the people who, what's his name? White man that's not funny but thinks he's funny, who wrote The Martian, didn't release a book this year. And then I'm trying to think who else usually is like in science fiction. But it's not this book. It's this Andy Weir. That's the man. There was a Murderbot book that came out this year. So maybe that could win. I don't know. It's pretty far into the series. This is the other, one of the other Brandy Sandys, but I think this is the least enjoyed that I've seen so far. The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Still might be nominated though. This, I'm pretty sure is fantasy. I feel like this is fantasy. I don't think y'all are giving me sci-fi. I don't know if this was fantasy or sci-fi. I really am so lost in the sci-fi front. I'm like, y'all, I don't know. Here's that other Christopher Paolini book. Fractal Noise with its terrible AI art cover. 6,000 ratings though, 3.45. So that's not, I don't know, maybe Adrian Tchaikovsky, if he released something this year, maybe that would win. But y'all, I ain't got no clue. So if y'all can help me out down below, I would love to know because I have not been keeping up with John Scalzi. If he released something this year, then maybe him. I really, yeah, sure. I don't know. Horror, again. I have not read much horror this year. Where is that Stephen King book? I thought I had put it down. I don't even know what it's called. And you know he got so many goddamn books. No idea. But there's some Stephen King book that came out this year. I really don't know what's in the horror category. Did Stephen Graham Jones have anything? Or Grady Hendrix? Those are going to be some heavy hits. So I think Grady Hendrix had How to Sell a Haunted House. Okay, 3.73. Not the greatest, but still make the cutoff. Again, I think this is going to be a mystery thriller. Was this a horror? Okay, this is supposed to be gothic horror, so that could be up there, even though I DNF'd it because I thought it was boring. And I know that gothic literature is not for me. But I definitely think Grady will be nominated. T. Kingfisher, if this is considered for horror. What is this? The September House? Sure, it has a 4.0 and 10,000 ratings. Sure, no idea. I feel like I've seen... Oh, I don't know. What other horror came out this year? Y'all, I don't know nothing. Did Catch Me On Award come out with a book? When did he come out with Ankle Snatcher? I can't keep up. I think this might have come out. Excuse me. But it's a 3.57. Yeah, it came out this year. Again, I am not doing well here. Excuse me. I think this came out this year. Silver Nitrate? Okay, but this says, see, look at all these categories. Horror, fiction, historical fiction, mystery, thriller, fantasy. Which one is it? Which one is it? It's going to be nominated in some category. I just don't know which. Vampires of El Norte might be nominated in horror. I think that's another gothic one. And there was another book that had like a hand on it that looked vampire-y that might be nominated. And that may be, I don't know how many minimal like ratings you have to have in conjunction with the minimum star, like the number. You know what I'm saying? Am I tipsy? I don't know. Okay. Is this a fantasy or is this a horror? Okay, this says gothic horror, so maybe this will be nominated in horror instead of in fantasy. Oh, I didn't even think about this one for fantasy, A Study in Drowning. I think that'll be nominated. Oh yeah, this might be nominated in fantasy. I hate that cover so much, but it might be nominated in fantasy as well. I don't know. I'm not doing a great job here, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, back to mystery. Did I do this one? This definitely gonna be up there. Did I not write that down? I sure didn't. Wow. That's definitely gonna be up there. Lisa Jewell, always there. So nonfiction, no idea. No idea. Memoir, I'm gonna say is gonna go to Brittany. Did I read any other memoir this year? Actually, Spare came out this year, so he may give Brittany a run for her money because Spare was like the pre-orders for Spare was wild. So Prince Henry, not Harold, may win it in memoir, but I'm rooting for Brittany. I would say Jada will definitely be nominated, but I don't know if she'll win just because the public opinion about her before the memoir even came out was not good. History and biography, no clue this year. Graphic novel, no idea. Humor, none. I like how it's supposed to be poetry, but I wrote poverty, relatable. That's also, maybe Amanda Gorman wrote something. I have no idea. I don't read poetry. Debut novel. I can't even think. Who debuted this year? No idea. Let's Google it. Authors who, wait. Most popular. Ooh, not y'all seeing my business. Let me see what's up here. Oh, okay, nothing crazy. Most popular authors that debuted in 2023. I don't know any of these people. Let's see what Bonoble got to say. I'm trying to think of who debuted this year. I am so out of it. I'm not with the shits this year. It's very sad. Okay, are these for children? Don't know it, don't know it, don't know it. Don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, don't know it. I don't know none of these people. I have seen this, but I don't know nothing about none of these here books. I cannot help y'all. Oh! I don't think a lot of people read that one though. And then, I don't know. Do y'all know any good debuts? Wow, Goodreads, 315 books on this list. Let's see. Oh, Rod Polito, Chasing Pacquiao. I forgot he debuted this year because I'm a terrible person. I have not read it yet. I do have it. I do want to read it. The Deep Sky. I have seen that one. But like, there's no one that I'm like, yes, for sure. This person is going to be the winner. You know what I'm saying? No idea. Young adult fiction. What came out this year in young adult? I don't know. Besides that one I read by Isabel Ibanez. What the River Knows, which I really, really like this one. But, so this was like historical fantasy set in Egypt. But like, what else came out? Is this, I thought this was considered adult. I don't know. Okay, these are some really low numbers. Maybe these just came out. Is this young adult? Because then maybe. Ooh. Like, I have not heard of these. What are these? Did these all come out this year? I don't believe it. What are these? I don't know. I know this one. And I've seen this one. Maybe that one will win because Sally Hazelwood. I don't know. I'm really lost in the young adult fiction category. Oh, and of course I said young adult fiction and this is fantasy. So this would be in the fantasy category, I think. It's historical fantasy. But I'm like, what else came out? Because Cassandra Clare wrote an adult book. Did Tahira Mafi write anything? Okay, my camera battery died. I didn't even know it was dying, and I'm not gonna go get another one because it's in the other room. But anyway, the last categories, there's no need because I don't know anything. So that's gonna be a wrap for me. I'm so sorry to let you down. On Tuesday, I will be joining Mara on her channel to do like live reactions to the nominations. So at least I got my pitiful little noms out there for y'all to see. Yeah, I know I haven't been very like, you know, haven't had my pulse on the finger of the bookish community, but also I just feel like, I don't know publishing this year, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just haven't felt like it's been giving. Like, there's been a lot of books coming out, but not a lot of books standing out. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot of competition for books this year. I feel like in fantasy last year, it was like, ooh, wee. You know what I'm saying? But this year, it just is like, well, we have these two. And the same in romance. It just, there's a lot coming out, but not a lot standing out. I think I repeated myself. Oh, well. So anyway, let me know any of your guesses down below. Join us on Mara's channel on Tuesday. I will be sharing it for a live reaction. And free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. I have links below that are links to various videos and creators to follow so that you can learn. And not just about Palestine. And yes, so stay moisturized, hydrated, sunscreen, right? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.